Pony, and welcome to the Pony Talk podcast. And I just,
Take 4.
You know what? We're not taking any.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Take 4, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pony Talk podcast for the season 9 series finale of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Guys, woo! This is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. We have a new, different layout. So we have everyone here joined with us. I will introduce them right now. We have Poppy. Say hello. I know you already did, but...
Hi, I'm Poppy.
We have Chris. Say hello, Chris. Did you say hi? I didn't hear you. And we have Inconspicuous, who has not been with us for a while. Okay, that's better.
How's it going, gamers?
How's it going, gamers? It's your boy Inconspicuous here, and today we're going to do the podcast. All right. So
we're gonna pretend like we're not playing a video game in the background of the podcast.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You can try, but
I'm gonna be. That's why I'm gonna be intently staring at my screen the entire time.
All right. And we did try getting others to join, but either they couldn't do it or they're going to be doing it the next day. So, yes. But welcome to the ending of an end, both part 1 and part 2. We're going to be covering today, or episode 24, episode 25, whatever you guys want to call it. Any additional comments before we start?
Oh, I like how we're
one comment for future you after you finish. I won't interrupt.
Okay.
I like how we're all doing like an actual face-to-face call.
Yeah.
So.
I absolutely thought it was necessary on doing it this way because, just now that we're actually in the end game, I think it's appropriate that we do
end game.
Yes.
Adventures Endgame.
Insert the theme right here.
Oh my god. Alright, I call dibs on being someone that doesn't die.
Okay. Well, that's always a good option. That's definitely good before we start. Absolutely. Staying alive, that's good. We'll insert the Bee Gees here too. So. Yay. Alright guys, well, let's begin with on the episode. So, our episode, or our wonderful story, begins, at Canterlot. We have Queen Chrysalis disguised as that one mare known as Crackle Kosla. I don't know how to say your last name, but she's the same unicorn who we see in the Mean Six, who was taking all the pictures of the main six and making her own henchmen, I guess you could say. So, she is back at it again. Yeah. She is back at it again, this time having unicorns separate from any of the other ponies, saying, hey, we're supreme. We shouldn't be listening to what these Earth ponies have to say, or Pegasi, or anything like that. And this ends up creating that same thing that's been going on of how to divide and separate, and I think we saw a little bit of this with the Summer Sun Setback, that episode too, when the villains were looking for the special book to activate Grogar's belt. Anyways, both T-Rex, Cozy Glow, and Chrysalis have everything that they need. They're ready to go out and create chaos in Equestria. And before they start, they...
Irony alert.
Yeah, irony alert.
Not Discord.
Not... Hey!
There you go.
Yeah, alright. Well, as Inconspicuous said, guys, yes, we have Grogar. But Grogar is later found out to be Discord in disguise.
That was surprising.
Yeah.
Very surprising. I never would. To be honest, I don't think anybody would have expected that.
That was actually a really, really good call, especially to the writers of the episode.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense when you go back and like look at it.
Oh,
Previous episodes. Did everyone just get kicked out of the call except for me, or what?
no,
happened?
no, we're good, we're
No,
good.
no, there's a glitch.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a
Where's
Chris.
Chris?
Yeah, Chris, Waldo.
Anyway,
where are you?
Where's Waldo? Yeah. So if you go back and like look at previous episodes and stuff, you can actually like find parts where like Discord's being iffy, or like it's kind of apparent that something's going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of. And I think it's cool that they linked it in like that,
Yeah.
because it's definitely something Discord would do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, even though Discord has been in a case reformed and stuff, I can definitely see him play out some sort of game with this and stuff. Now that he knows that there are 3 villains like out and about, well, mostly Chrysalis, but Tierek and Cozy Glow in Tartarus, and then we had King Sombra summons, but unfortunately he didn't join us for it.
And just like the last times he showed up, defeated within an episode.
Yeah.
He's never gonna get more than 2 seconds of screen time, man.
No, he's just that mysterious, and we will never know any more about King Sombra after that. That was our last shot, the beginning of an end. That was the last time we saw. But since
Quick reminder.
yeah,
Just in case if you guys see me like looking down, I'm actually looking at my phone here, just checking stuff.
oh, that's fine.
But
That's fine. If you guys need to do anything and stuff, that's totally fine. I understand.
I'm still listening to you guys though.
I know. So, now that we have Discord revealed as who he was once, Grogar, I gotta say too, it was kind of satisfying that we didn't actually have the real Grogar with us, because I mean, it kind of still puts a mystery out there, like where is Grogar, actually. And I just think there would be a whole, and that could be too, a huge turnout of where the show would have gone if it was the real Grogar. So I definitely think it was a smart move that they ended up using Discord, even though I think a lot of us at this point were thinking, now Discord, have you really learned anything about what friendship is? Because it doesn't seem like it. I know a lot of people were upset that Discord basically, I guess you could say, betrayed everyone basically in Equestria to these villains and stuff that are going to be going out and about with one of the most powerful relics that Equestria has. There's probably something else out there that's more powerful. Okay. Chris is having bad times right now with the video. Oh,
A bad time is being had.
yeah, I
It's
don't.
okay, we don't need Sans to show up somewhere else. Alright, he's already in Smash. We don't need him in more places, man.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Sans
I
is
was-
everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I was mad. I was completely
Insert
mad.
Megalovania Kazoo cover.
Oh my gosh, I was just watching that too. Oh my gosh, that is freaky. That is freaky. Now, what were you saying, Chris? Megalovania, the Kazoo cover. I was
Kazoo cover.
I was just watching that. What were you saying, Chris? Though. He was saying something. I was hearing him, but I guess not. I don't know what's going on with
I can't hear him
his.
now.
I can't either. So he said he's having bad internet or reception with the call.
I saw that.
So yeah. Yeah, rip. We never, when we have these multiple epic podcasts and stuff, we never seem we can have a good one, and especially for the series finale.
Always
Very-
gotta have them technical
Very,
difficulties.
very nice, Poppy. Very nice. So now going back,
I am Poppy.
you are Poppy.
I am Poppy.
Going back to the episode, yes, Discord is Grogar. Very unexpected by
I don't think anybody would expect it.
Everyone.
yeah, that was great. That was really great.
Well done, Discord.
Yes, definitely. Well
Yeah,
done.
I was very mad. I was really disappointed. Very mad at the way it was.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were, by what I heard too. So
Yeah, I didn't expect. I didn't expect that was gonna happen. That was. Even
yeah.
a few reactors are very disappointed.
Oh yeah. It was really
Yeah, no,
unexpected
everyone
at this
was
point.
just
So-
shocked.
Yeah, definitely. But very good on their part, because that definitely made the episode more intriguing and more interesting. So, yes. But while that was out, Cozy goes like, Discord was Grogar all along? Should we, like, go after him? And all the other villains are like, not needed. He's powerless now. We drained all his magic into Grogar's bell, and now we have all the magic we need to take over Equestria. So, yeah, not good. Not good at all. But while we have this, we have the calm before the storm. We have, all the ponies, Twilight, and Celestia and Luna, getting ready to have everything ready for the Twilight being crowned and all that, as the new ruler of Equestria. So yes, and very nice Poppy. So
I'm always gonna do that, aren't I?
you are, and you only have a few more episode titles to do that in. So if you're very satisfied with yourself, then I guess keep on doing that. That's your thing now. So yeah.
Other than saying I'm Poppy.
Yes. But now we have everyone preparing for this thing, and Discord is now alerting that there's trouble coming Twilight's way and her friends. He tells them that he has been behind something for a little bit now. He's the reason why everything basically throughout season 9 has happened because of him. And now the 3 main villains in Equestria are now loose, on the run, ready to get their revenge. Chrysalis, Starlight more, but the other 2 villains definitely the main 6. So now this is not good. Not good at all, and
I'm having a good time.
yeah, no one is having a good time during this part. We have Celestia. Celestia actually kind angry, which we don't really see.
And yet we still don't see Daybreaker again.
I know. I kind of was hoping to see Daybreaker or Nightmare Moon or someone. But yes. So yeah, it was.
What the heck is that sound?
Who? Chris, is that you?
What?
Yeah, that's Chris.
What?
We're just hearing like.
Your mic is making a weird sound.
Yeah.
That was just, you want? What?
It's all right, Chris. You're good.
Okay.
All right. So, Poppy, what?
Continue.
All right. So, going on with this, we have. We're never gonna make it through this podcast alive.
We're never gonna make it 5 minutes in, are we?
No.
Come on.
So far we're 14 minutes in. So, yeah.
Well, 5 minutes into the episode here.
And I'm hearing weird noises.
It's just a mic problem, I guess. Anyways, going
okay.
back, Celestia is very, very flaming mad that she actually goes off to off on Discord, basically saying, like, what have you done? This is not good. This is beyond what these ponies have taught you, what all of us have taught you, and
That wasn't me.
What?
That wasn't me.
What?
This is gonna be interesting to see in post. I can't wait.
oh, is it Chris?
What?
What? Are you like on tablet or something like that? Cause like we're hearing like every like movement you're making. I don't know what it is and stuff like that. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm crying.
I can see that. Poppy is legitimately crying. And listen, we're not supposed to do that until the next podcast.
Yeah, like,
Crying of laughter.
Yes.
no, it's, no, I'm not, why? What's wrong?
It's
Sorry, Chris. We're hearing noises and it's.
yeah, we're hearing no. We're basically hearing noises, and we're thinking it's coming from your end, but I think it's good right now.
I think it's, well, it's just the air conditioning. Like, no, it's the heater, though.
That is one messed up air conditioning. That's all I gotta say.
He's making fart noises.
Yeah, but it's not really.
Okay. Anyways, going back. So, Celestia basically says that Discord, you have made a fatal mistake, and this isn't looking good for you. And
I was really hoping when she said fatal mistake that she just kills him instantly. Just nope, Discord is no more. He's not allowed.
Yep. Or puts him into the
Stone with you.
Yeah, stone. His word and his actions will be always put in stone. Thank you. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a Discord quote on my tomb. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. Gravestone. Just have a Discord quote.
anyways, so now that every pony knows that these villains are out and about in Equestria, and more than likely they're going to be headed their way to the castle. Twilight then makes a speech saying, you know, this is going to be the last battle ever, and I'm going to need every pony in this room. And you know, I couldn't have come as far as I did if it wasn't help from you guys. And then we have Discord with his breaking in saying, "You're welcome," feeling so confident about himself, even though the dude messed up very, very majorly. And then we have
But that's just Discord's nature, playing everything off like it's a
yeah,
joke.
that's John Delancey for ya. And then we have Spike say, "Dude, read the room," which I mean, yeah, Spike, you're right. So while Twilight has her confidence all boosted up and she's ready to come face to face whatever comes their way, this is going to really keep things on a really extreme roll. So while this is going on, Twilight then alerts the old I'm trying to think. The old pillars. The old
six.
The old six. The old pillars. That there is going to be trouble, and we are going to need you in this one final battle. So while this is all out and about, Twilight also alerts her school, which we know Starlight and Trixie and Sunburst, is then notified to make sure all the students are safely in there, which I was actually really, really happy they included that scene to show, like, hey, the kids' safety first and stuff. And then that's where we have Starlight knowing that Chrysalis is going to be after her. Which, in fact, that ended up happening. Chrysalis was right there waiting for Starlight, and Starlight transported both of them into, she said the edge of Equestria, or the part of...
It's someplace you can't hurt any pony.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It almost reminded me of, like, Yakistan, like a part of that. 'Cause
Yes.
It was, like, really...
No, yes. Yeah, no, just get rid of the yaks. Let them have a ball.
Oh, literally, yeah.
Just stomp, stomp, stomp.
That's later into the episode, which we're getting there. We're getting there. But anyway, that ends up being a very interesting battle. Starlight just hits one of her beams off to create an avalanche, and it tumbles onto Queen Chrysalis. Even though that would be a really amazing kill, it wasn't. It was not at all. It just ended up putting more snow and more heat onto the situation, and Chrysalis basically defeats Starlight, and now she's on her way to get Twilight and the others. Tierek is battling the pillars, which this was actually really disappointing.
You wanna call it a battle?
I don't really want to call it a battle. It was more of a giveaway. It was more of a distraction.
It's the classic thing of wait. Okay, so in a lot of other shows, right? You'll have that one episode where it's the equivalent of a Spike episode, basically, where like everyone's just rendered useless so that Spike can have the spotlight. Well, in this case, they have to be rendered useless so that the main six can have the spotlight. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened with it.
I don't really understand, and it's actually quite disappointing that we just seen the pillars just automatically like that, just down.
Yeah.
These are supposed.
Is too
3, 2, 1.
Seriously.
Well, he is. There's no way they can stop him.
Well, yes.
Can stop him.
They can stop them, but at the same time too. Like, yes, I see where Chris is going with this. Tierek was really powerful. And, especially from that bell, you saw what that bell did to Cozy. Like,
Yep.
yeah, and I actually forgot to mention that part. When
Well,
they
it's
were...
also the chaos magic.
Yes, and which that is also titled throughout the show that, Discord's magic is beyond any pony's magic in all of Equestria. It's very chaotic. The Lord of Chaos. Even though he is reformed and all that, he's still really dangerous if he ends up betraying. Which, I mean, in a sense he did, but not ultimate betrayal, like he's like, oh, I'm done with these ponies and stuff. No. He feels...
Understand, right?
He
Is why he just wanted to, like, make tests for...
Yeah,
Found out have to do like when they're winding up the bell or whatever. Just snap your fingers and then they're dead. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
Listen.
That'll be too anticlimactic.
It's chaos magic. You can just like
Listen.
kill them because it wouldn't be worth it if you can start making it rain chocolate rain on them, and they'll be so confused that they will have no idea what's going on. You can.
As soon as Inconspicuous said snap your fingers, the first thing that came to my thought was Thanos. You seen what happened in Infinity War. It was just a snap of the fingers. If they did that in the MLP, this episode,
Oh no, we don't need one of those. I just meant like to take care of the threat.
all of the elements in equal balance.
It's a kid's show. There's no way they can't do that.
Yeah.
Celestia, I don't feel good.
Mr. Dark, I don't feel so good.
Okay, enough with the jokes.
Oh, come on, this is what we're all about. We
need
need
an active off-track counter in the
Yes.
top corner.
Yes, we do. And what better way instead by having inconspicuous. Inconspicuous is all of our jokes wrapped into one.
Yeah.
So
Comedy king over here.
the comedy king, the chaos king of laughter.
Alright, now that's the wrong element.
Uh,
You can tell which element I am.
right, yeah, I know, but you're comedy too, so you have a little bit of pinky, just a little bit. Anyways,
Yeah, he does.
anyways, so, well,
You can talk super high pitched if you want me to.
what?
I can even talk super high pitched if you want me to.
I can't. Puberty hit
Talk
me.
in a really high pitched voice.
Listen, puberty hit me harder.
Crazy.
Puberty hit me
Wait,
harder than a bus. I can't do that anymore. It still shocks me how Andrea Libman can get that high pitch of a voice. But
Here's the voice acting.
I know, but like, that's crazy. You gotta be born with a talent like that.
Have you seen that video called A Decade of Pony yet?
I did, and actually, we're going to probably do a podcast on that, talking about the development of Friendship is Magic and just how it like went into, which
Oh yeah.
that's going to be, and sorry guys if you're hearing things outside again. I live on a highway, so, yes. Anyways, yeah, A Decade of Pony we are probably going to be reviewing on the podcast as well. But that won't be until later on, so. But anyways, back to the finale. So, Tyrek destroys the pillars with, just ultimate magic. Okay, I understand. Destroys the pillars with magic and facts. And then it heads over to Canterlot. And, Cozy then comes through, and is, well, right there with the main six on the brink. They see Cozy, and immediately Cozy's like, you're nothing without your friends, and friendship isn't going to help you here. And Twilight says you can say that. Yeah, basically what Cozy's saying. And she says, think all you want, Twilight, but we're here to stop you and claim Equestria for ourselves. And then we have Tyrek and Chrysalis breaking through the stained glass window, dramatic effect. And now all three villains are there. And I forgot the little, I guess, battle between Cozy Glow and the main six, which is kind of funny. I really like the Fluttershy scene. Get up, my pretties! And that was good. I found that to be hilarious. And then
Yeah, and then Pinky with a bazooka.
that was funny too. That was really funny. With that, then we have the villains breaking through the stained glass window. And this is where Twilight puts up her shield because all the ponies are defeated. And Twilight then says, you know, with my friends and everyone, there's nothing that can stop us. And then the villains laugh, saying, did you see at all our signs? We've put pony against pony. We conquered your school of friendship, and we've conquered Equestria basically because we are here now. You're trapped, and we now conquer Canterlot too. And then this is where Cozy's like, and you know what? I think we should do some decorating. And they both blast a huge, powerful blow, and that destroys half of Canterlot, which I was just mind blown.
All I'm saying,
no
right?
pun
All I'm
intended.
saying about this
Yeah.
was remove the magic limiter on Flurry Heart and just let her go nuts, right? That's all we had to do, and this entire situation could have been avoided.
I like your thinking.
Explode her and let her go nuts.
I like your thinking, but then again, something else might have happened. Who knows?
Well, yeah, no, it's more of a joke, but
I know, but that
interesting to see what would happen.
that would be very interesting. Honestly, I would like someone to make an animation of how it should have ended, and then have Flurry Heart.
It's always good how it should have ended.
The whole planet explodes.
LHD version 2.
Oh no. But anyway, yes, Canterlot is blown up to smithereens. Like literally, that was like half the castle. I hope no ponies were in those towers when that got blown up. But anyways,
We don't know.
this ends up creating the castle to start falling apart, and Twilight ends up picking a huge chunk of the castle walls, placing it towards the villains and stuff while they're still casting off that giant spell from Grogar's Bell. And then all her friends run in saying, Twilight, you gotta go, you gotta get help. And then we have Discord saying, fly, you fool! And then Twilight is just, I guess, having like a breakdown of just like, I want to stay here, but I have to go. And we see this very emotional moment, and she disappears, and then we see the ending of that episode, just a giant glare of light, and the episode ends right there. Yeah.
Question real quick, right?
Answer.
We but what's the real difference between Grogar's Bell? Both of them just kind of steal magic and other people use it. What's the difference there? It's a bonus T-Rex, that's what it was. Got it.
Yeah.
And then another thing about how no one can wield Discord's magic, but then we also look finale when T-Rex is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a very
Just-
good question. Yeah.
I guess what could have happened, right? What we can say happened and it would make sense. It would fill the plot holes is because Discord's magic is like nothing can like that whole spiel, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we can assume with that is T-Rex himself couldn't just like all took like parlor trick part of it, right? And then the rest was just kind of dissipated because it was rendered useless without or whatever. And then we can get along the lines of because Grogar's Bell took it directly from him and it wasn't given to someone who can't wield it and it's stored in the bell instead, it actually took it all this time and that's why it's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conspiracy theory time. Get on it, comment section.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. What did you guys think of that? Inconspicuous brings a very good point to the table.
Conspicuous point. Yeah.
A very inconspicuous point right there. So, guys, definitely comment that down below, any of your theories on that, because that's really interesting. And
And before you yell at us in the comments also, I know I didn't use the term inconspicuous correctly there. It was more for a forced joke.
yes.
Comedy, okay?
I think our comment section definitely has the humor, which is good. No one is very serious. Only with serious situations, but yeah, absolutely. Definitely thank you for that, because that's definitely worthy of talking about. And still in that one episode, there are still a lot of like plot points that weren't entirely filled. And
I was really hoping that the last episode would cover.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do know this and stuff. I really enjoyed that episode. It was really interesting. It definitely brought a rush. My cholesterol level probably like, cause yeah, it was intense. And
I straight up cried for 45 minutes after that one.
Oh, yeah, but There definitely was more reason of why I cried. I cried at the end, the way end. But guys,
It
this-
didn't beat out. It didn't beat out. It didn't beat out the most I've cried on an episode. I don't think it deserved to. That was Perfect Pair. Still more than any other episode. More than any other episode, Perfect Pair will make you cry every time.
So Poppy,
I would think the episode I cried to the most was the episode where the CMCW.
oh yeah,
That
in
one
season
was
5.
that one was a good one.
That
but
was a good
mine
one.
was definitely a Perfect Pair.
That one.
Ah, yes. Okay, a perfect pair. I gotta say, okay, there. Even though there were 3 episodes with me,
Oh my gosh.
it was, Thanks for the Memories. That episode made me cry.
Yeah, that one as well.
A perfect pair. That was so, like, I was thinking in my head about that one and stuff, and I'm like,
The thing is, like,
a kid
once
show.
you-
Okay.
once you watch it, you for the rest of the night, the rest of the day, the rest of the night, whatever it is, you're gonna have that ending credit song going through your head the entire night. You're just gonna the whole night.
yeah.
You can't get it out.
Oh yeah, and I definitely gotta
All
say
time.
too, even though I know where someone's personal view of this episode is and stuff, but nonetheless, I think it was just how it was brought out into the last second, the last problem at the end. But we aren't going to talk about that episode because we're going to talk about that in the next podcast. But yeah, where probably most bronies probably cried, and Pegasisters and fans alike probably definitely did cry in
Yeah.
those few seconds.
I teared up, but I didn't like cry.
I teared up too. I didn't necessarily like cry, but I
Think
was,
of it being over.
My eyes were watering.
there was a lot more that went into it, and we'll get into more depth about it when we come to that podcast. But anyways, let's start getting on to part 2. So we finished part 1, and then we have our little recap of what happened, and so this is where we go into the episode, and we show a scene of the Canterlot Castle, of it basically being all destroyed. We have like smoke just rising up from the debris that's left there, and we have Cozy saying, how does it feel being locked up, because we're going to do more and all that. And then we have Chrysalis saying, calm down, Cozy. We still have a lot more to do, and just because we got all these ponies locked up, the main threats, we still have one out there, and it's going to be a little bit challenging. So you can't say that exactly. And then Cozy's like, well, you know, I know, but we basically, in a sense, won here, because we got every pony we could think of that could be a potential threat to us. And
My response to her saying that.
yeah, I was like,
I can't even see that.
I just
Just the
was,
thing says, I don't know about that one, Chief.
I all I could think of is the
Sorry
John
about
Cena.
that.
All I could think of is the John Cena meme where he's like, "Are you sure about that?" Yeah. But yes. So Chrysalis is like, we still have one pony to get out there. Which in my mind, I was like, actually, no, you're wrong, because there's another princess out there too. Actually, 2 other princesses out there. They haven't thought about the Crystal Empire, because even though
And if you want to get real technical, there's 3.
okay, yes, there is 3, but
The Queen.
yeah, I know.
Queen.
Yes,
Queen Poppy?
enough with the Poppy jokes. I get it.
Please. Shoo-be-doo, shoo-shoo-be-doo.
Oh, yes. So, yes, now the villains are talking amongst themselves, and while they're fighting, because Cozy is looking inside the bell, and T-Rex like, what are you doing? He's like, you saw what it did to you when you consumed the Lord of Chaos's magic. And she's like, yeah, I know, but it would just be awesome if and she's like, you mean we. And then this is where they get into their little spiel of fighting and saying, how they always go out and about. And then we have Discord basically telling the main six, I'm sorry, if I didn't do what I did and stuff. I hope you can forgive me. And then we have the main six basically looking at Discord and saying, it's gonna take a pretty epic apology.
It'll take a hot minute.
Yeah.
Before you're forgiven.
Yeah, it's gonna take a very, very big apology for us to forgive you because
generation.
Yeah, you did some damage, and you're saying I'm sorry now, but I'm sorry doesn't fix everything. Basically, what they're trying to say.
I'm sorry.
So, while everyone is imprisoned in the catacombs under Kennerlot, this is where we have Discord saying, you know what, I'm going to prove myself. And he says, if you guys, because the villains then start talking about, we don't know how to control Discord's magic, and then Discord steps up to the plate and says, I could show you how to use my magic, but you must ask very politely and very nicely, or I won't do anything. And then we have Cozy, which of course Cozy would be the one to go up, and she said, Discord, can you please give us the way of our magic?
Character that fake all the time.
Yeah,
come on now.
The fake bony and stuff. And then Chrysalis was like, stop it, Cozy. No, give now. And then this, yeah. And Discord's like, well, I would, but nah. And then this is where T-Rex says, Discord, if you don't tell us right now, I can literally crush you. And he's like, well, maybe that wasn't a good turn. Maybe it's you guys are too weak and you can't do anything, you can't make me or anything like that, and it's just gonna be how it is. And then one of them casts off a beam. Discord has a piece of I think Chrysalis's throne, because she has all the pieces that why every pony is chambered up in the catacombs is because she's laid out each individual piece of her throne that was destroyed in the finale of season 6, and that's what makes pony magic useless. And he uses that, and the magic bounces off, and this is where they say, you missed. And then we have Starlight's like, did I? Or did we? And she goes out and she ends up freeing all the ponies, and this is where kind of an epic moment strikes, and Chrysalis is like, get her! And Chrysalis is then flying around trying to get Starlight, and Starlight crashes to the ground. Then we have Celestia saying, that's enough, and then she says, go. We're gonna hold them off, but you guys need to go and find Twilight. And so the main 6 then head out and try to find Twilight, which their first option is to go to Ponyville, because that's, well, their home, and that's more than likely where she probably is, which we find out isn't, but yet there's a lot of ponies fighting still because of the thing that Chrysalis put out there. And yeah, and Poppy, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't tell.
Sorry guys, I'm just looking at my phone here.
Okay. So
I'm still listening.
While Ponyville's having their problem of the separation, blaming Cloudsdale for the weather and how it is, they're putting clouds surrounding Cloudsdale, and they're blaming Earth ponies and all that. And then this is where the main 6 step up to the plane and say, hey guys, this is what Chrysalis wants. This is no room to fight around and stuff. We need to come together and help save Equestria. And they're like, well, you know what? You better fix this. And then this is where they all start kind of like ganging up on the main six and stuff. And they're like, well, that was worth a try. Where else could she be? And they're like, oh, I know exactly where she would be. So they go to the Crystal Empire, and there we have Chrysalis. Sorry, my eye itches. We have Chrysalis, or not Chrysalis. Why did I say Chrysalis? Cadence shining armor. Yeah, nowhere near Chrysalis. No. We got through that with a Canterlot wedding. She is no longer Chrysalis. Way before. Yeah. So now Cadence says, "Oh, if you're looking for Twilight, she's upstairs and it's not good." And so they go find Twilight, and they're like, "Twilight!" And she's like, "Wait, girls?" And they all give her a hug, and they're like, she's like, "Guys, I failed you." She said, Huggy Wuggy. She's like, "Guys, I failed you. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can fight in this anymore." She said, you know, everything that has happened in like the past minutes and stuff, finding out that Discord was the reason of why we had all the problems we did, and now coming to a sense and stuff, it's just, I can't do this anymore and stuff, and there's no real reason of why we should fight. And so, the main six then say, "Twilight, that's ridiculous and stuff. You know you're better than this. Just because Discord may or may not have did what he did and stuff, doesn't mean that we're not incapable of taking back Equestria and our home and other ponies' home. This is really going to be our moment to where we can shine and show that we can get through this. But we need you."
You know, like we always do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because friendship is magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Well said.
So, yes, could have said it better myself. Twilight feels a lot more confidence and stuff, and this is where she looks out the window and sees that the Wendigos are back. That was kind of interesting. So now that the Wendigos are back and all that.
Yeah, the windows are back.
The windows. No, I said the
windows.
The
Windows.
The Wendigos. I said the Wendigos, not the windows. The Wendigos are back and all that, and they're like, "Oh, that's not good, Twilight. What are we going to do?" And she says, "The same thing we do all the time, Pinky. Save Equestria."
Yes, and that reference was amazing.
Yeah, it was very amazing.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Yes, exactly. Well, save the world.
Pinky and the brain.
Yep. So now that this is all together and all that, and the gang is all back together, and now that they got sort of a plan, we head back to Canterlot, where we have Chrysalis, Cozy, all together in the destroyed throne room, looking up at the Wendigos just swirling around, and they're like, "Oh, they're back. What are we going to do now?" And Cozy is all like, "Oh, why don't we go defeat them?" And she's just all shivering and cold and stuff. And they're like, "No, you know they're just magic and stuff. We're not going to be able to do anything. So why don't we just stop Twilight and her friends?" And so they're like, "But I thought you were too cold, Cozy, to go do that." And she says, "No, because I see them. They're right down there." And so they teleport right to where the main six are, and this is where they're like, "Okay, you guys need to stop right now because we're here. We've already conquered most of Equestria, and there's nothing you can do about it." And so,
except there is.
There is. There's always a way, especially.
There's always a Deus Ex Machina.
So, on that note, the main six say no. There is a way, and we are going to defeat you. And that's where they try casting a spell, and Twilight teleports them away. And they're like, okay, here's the plan. And Rainbow Dash is like, no, there's no plan. I'm just gonna go over there. And she's like, no. She's like, there is a plan. And they're like, what do you mean and stuff? And they're like, you guys are going to go get the bell. Pinky, Applejack, and Rarity, you guys are going to get the bell. And we're the distraction.
I like to point out as well, the one time there is like an actual legitimate plan, it doesn't work.
It doesn't. No.
Like, it just the one time something's actually legitimately planned out, I'm like, oh, okay, this is neat. This is like a real plan now. Doesn't work. Denied.
And then we're seeing a beautiful glance. If you look at your top left of your screen, guys, you will see Poppy right there as his phone. And I didn't know you had an iPhone.
That's bottom left for me.
No, it's top left for me. So.
Well, I got an iPhone last year.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
Gosh, Poppy is so hot.
All right. Well.
Why is she so beautiful all the time?
All right. So,
Moving on.
We have, yes, we have the main six now, going, forth to... Chris, are you sleeping?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay. I heard you.
I'm still here.
Alright.
Someone's cat just got right on top of the microphone. That's what it was.
Is that like a frog or something?
I don't know. All I know is Chris is alive, and, we're good. Do you have any comments, before we continue on, Chris, though? Because we haven't heard from you in a while.
No.
Alright, then. So, moving on, we have the main six going in, trying to do their distraction and all that. Twilight, Rainbow Dash, and Fluttershy go forth and try to distract the villains and stuff, which, I mean, somewhat ends up working. And then they have this like little epic battle moment, and Cozy's like, ugh, why do these ponies have to be so freaking annoying? And this is where Chrysalis is like, not annoying, distracting. And then we see Rarity and Applejack trying to retrieve the bell, which ends up not working too well. And I just rhymed there. And yeah, so
You rhyme all the time.
I do. I'm the new Dr. Seuss.
Well, now isn't that sublime?
What a
Are
great
you,
time.
or is that my job?
What a great time, because we are here on the podcast to tell a rhyme. So, yeah.
As long as we don't mime, that'll be good.
Yeah. And just have a brilliant time. Okay. Enough with the moment, guys, but the main six are in deep, dire trouble now. Their plan is not working, and then, while they're like, okay, we're gonna stop you right there, and Twilight's like, you can stop us all you want, but with the power of friendship. And then Cozy's like, oh, ignore that, just get them. And they're like, alright girls, this is it. And they all hold hooves and stuff, and this is where a giant blast is going towards them, and nothing happens besides Spike saying, wait, are we still alive? And can I look? You sure as can look. And there is a giant magic shield surrounding them, and they see that there are other ponies there to help. We have all creatures of all kind, and every pony is now here. We have the EA pony. We have the Griffins. We have the dragons.
We saw Tempest.
We did see Tempest.
Yeah, you did.
We did see Tempest,
Tempest.
which was a miracle in itself. because we never ever seen any of the other characters from the movie, which was also
Yes, we had. Yes, we had.
well, we did, but we didn't see like the other characters,
Queen Novo.
like Queen Novo. We didn't see.
We saw her. We saw her.
Did
The Sky Star.
yeah, we didn't see Songbird, nor did we see Captain. Forgot her name.
The
Lana.
cat.
Yes.
The,
Yes.
Yeah, the parents
And
are
Capper. We didn't see Capper.
No,
So-
we
We
didn't
did,
see Captain either.
well, we did actually see him at the end of the final one.
Yeah, he saw him in the end.
I guess.
I don't remember.
And then
But
Who
they
else
weren't
did we
doing
see?
anything. They were just kind of there.
who else did we see? There's someone else stuff. Oh, we didn't see Grubber. Here, I brought you your favorite
Yeah.
sponge cake.
Oh, who cares about Grubber? He's a bad guy.
Well, no, because he was reformed. At least we think. I think so. Maybe.
I'm just happy that like I don't have to hate Garble anymore because his character was so good and just he was such a jerk.
Yeah.
I know you're upset,
Yeah.
but I have one word for you.
Sponge cake.
I love Grubber.
I guess did we kind of see like some resemblance of the Storm King? All I remember was the Equestria Girls episode. That's all I remember.
No,
Was
I don't think so.
we saw his staff. That's all I remember. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, though, it was very nice seeing Tempest. Because it was very awesome too. Right after the movie, into season 8, they actually talked about the what happened in the movie and all that, which was actually really neat.
Yeah, that made the movie canon.
It was. So yeah, that was really nice. And then they talked about seeing Tempest again, which I guess was this episode. Yeah, it was really cool. So now we have this amazing endgame battle scene, which was great. We had all of the characters trying to attack these baddies, and it semi-works until Twilight asked the ponies and all the creatures, how did you guys figure out and how did you guys plan to come together? And the young six then come up and say it was our task, and then they talked about how they did it, which was how to get rid of how to get rid of the Wendigos in a way without caroling and all that. How the ponies showed us how to be friends and all that.
I don't think they got rid of him with caroling the first time. I'm pretty sure it was just the magic of
Yeah.
friendship, and the songs were just kind of a thing.
Right, yeah, the songs were kind of just added on. It was like an extra bonus to it. But yeah, it was very, very, very nice that was included. But yeah, so the young six definitely had a part to play in this, and then this is where Twilight starts realizing more and more, and then she says, "All-right, you baddies, Chrysalis, Cozy, all of y'all need to listen up because I'm going to drop some knowledge that is going to literally turn you into stone, or just blow you away." And this is where she goes on saying, you know, I was starting to lose what friendship really was until I've had these young ones who taught me, which I taught them, come up and show the creatures and all of Equestria what we're really meant. And just everyone who pitched in to help us here has really shown me that. And I couldn't have done it without them. And this is where we have the old pillars, the young six, the main six, and Twilight all connected by the giant rainbow blast, which then we have the villain say, this is not
Rainbow
good.
Beam is back.
Yes, it is. The rainbow
All we
beam
need
is
now
back.
is the elements of harmony
Yeah.
to return.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, this is where Cozy says, this is bad, right? And I was like, yep, Cozy, that means you're going to be demagicified.
Ed, you're done.
You're done. You're done. And
Taste
as-
the rainbow.
taste the
Your game
rainbow.
is over.
Yep.
As Sonic says in Wreck-It Ralph, your game is over.
With that, they are completely drained from their magic, and this is where they're like, Twilight, you have not seen the end of us, and then just a giant cupcake falls on it. I'm like,
Oh boy.
all right, this just got a little bit interesting. Who could be behind
Oh,
this?
boy.
And at the part, as I was like, cupcake, you know, and
Chocolate
Who
rain.
Chocolate
Who
rain.
else could be behind it?
Who
Come
else
on
could
now.
be behind
I
this?
thought it was Discord at first.
I didn't. I thought it was Pinkie Pie. But, anyways, yeah, the chocolate rain at the sense, Discord's like, what? Don't look at me. And then Twilight's looking around, and then we just have Pinkie just, I am
I saw the
unstoppable.
giant cupcake. I knew it was Pinky one way or another.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And,
Oh boy.
we see upgraded, chaotic Pinkie Pie. Probably
Oh
the
my
one of the
God.
best scenes in the show.
That made me laugh. That made me laugh so hard.
Oh yeah, it was really funny. And then Discord's like, here, let me take that from you. And then he absorbs all his magic back from the bell, and then gives the princesses back their magic. And all the ponies are together, and this is where Discord's Celestia says, there's not a punishment in the world we could give you. And then Discord's like, ooh, can I make a suggestion? And then he whispers to both of them, and they're like, that actually sounds really good. All right, let's do it. Giant casts and turns all three of them into stone. And I thought that was really, really phenomenal because, like, you know.
Yeah, but it was pretty much, but it was a little bit dark, so turning a kid into stone.
Oh, well, yeah, but Cozy, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Cozy is.
She's just too mad with power.
Yeah. But anyway, they're all turned into stone. But then again, I mean, they could have just turned them into stone and then, like, accidentally dropped them like they did with Storm King.
Yeah,
That-
that would be so dark.
That would have been dark. That was dark in the movie. I was not expecting that.
Or they could just throw them in the sea, like throw them in the sea and they get sunk into the ocean forever.
Like Atlantis, yeah. But anyways, yes, they are turned into stone, and this is where Celestia says, Twilight, you're ready to rule Equestria. And Twilight's like, you know what? I accept that. And all the main six are like, good golly, Twilight, we're glad you are. Now there's a lot of things we need to prepare. And she's like, actually, girls, I'm not ready quite yet. And they, like, stop, and she's like, just kidding. I'm at least done. Well, once we repair the castle and fix it up, and then we can get onto it. And so they all have a little, like, thing together. I think they repaired the castle at this point. I'm not really sure. I don't think. But they're in Canterlot eating donuts and all that, talking amongst themselves. And they say, you know, this almost feels like an end of an era. And then we have Rainbow Dash saying, or a start of a really amazing beginning. And Twilight's like, all I can say is that it's going to be perfect in the end. And with us, literally, it's going to change everything. And then they all laugh and have a good time. And then that's where it ends off, right there, with the ending of the end, part 2. Woo! Wow, that was a lot to talk about. But not bad at all, because this podcast was only an hour. I thought it would be longer than that. Dang. All right. That's pretty good. That is really good. Yes, this was a great finale. The beginning part of the finale. This was, I love this. I absolutely loved this episode, or these episodes. There was a lot of action there was going on. There was a lot of plot points everywhere. There wasn't something that wouldn't entertain you or be like, oh, what's happening? Or boring parts or anything like that. I actually had my mother actually watch it with me, and she actually enjoyed it too, which was actually pretty cool. Because she's like, "Doesn't that series finale come on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, actually it does. Why?" And she's like, "I'll actually watch that." And I'm like, "Bet." So, yeah, it was pretty cool. What about you guys? What about you guys? Did you guys just watch it on your own, or did you actually have your parents or something?
No, I watched it on my own. My parents don't even care about My Little Pony.
Yeah, I know that. What about you, Inconspicuous?
I watched it on my own.
Okay. Alright, well, and I think most people did and stuff, but I know there have been a few people actually saying, "Oh, I watched it with a friend," or "My family actually wanted to watch it with me," which was pretty cool. At the end of the day, I actually had that experience, so, yeah. Even though my mom was very confused at why things were happening the way they were and all that, because she hasn't watched the whole thing, or hardly too many episodes. She has watched a few, but this was one of them that she really wanted to watch, and yeah, she loved it. So yeah, but any other additional comments, guys?
I can think of.
Anyone?
Going once, going twice? Actually, you know what? I actually have a few.
To myself.
To myself. Yeah, so there was a lot of different, sorry if you were hearing that, there were a lot of different things that were not answered in this one. One of them being, now that Twilight is, and I know I discussed this with a few of you already, but why, now that Twilight is the ruler of Equestria, what is going to happen to her castle that is located in Ponyville? There actually were a few, like, questions about that. And I heard that too, but also I
You're
heard...
saying that herself is in charge. It's all of them.
By what I heard, the actual writers respond to that question, and they said that it wasn't really determined what would happen with Starlight's old castle, or Twilight's old castle, but they said that is up to the fanfic writers, as well as going with a bunch of other things that happened. So yes, they said they left a lot of things unsaid, but they said we did that intentionally so you guys could, I guess, have some sort of grip to the way you wanted to see it end. We just were in charge of making how the main six's adventure would end, and the characters, which we get that in the last problem.
They kind of ruined that whole thing with the next episode.
Which we will be talking about that the next time you guys see this podcast. That will be our last one for My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. This was the first part, guys.
Not gonna do G5.
And we will talk about that too. You guys in the chat right now, you guys definitely are more than welcome to that podcast, because even though Pony Talk may be coming a close to episodes, we are going to talk about those parts and stuff. If we're going to still stay for G5, what your guys' thoughts and all that, that will be answered upcoming. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, Inconspicuous, Poppy, and Chris, for joining me along in this one. So, yeah, it was really awesome having you guys on, and you're more than welcome to join for our second one. Inconspicuous, I know your Dealio. I don't know if you want to join, you're more than welcome to and stuff, but I'm just putting it out there. Yeah. So, yes, but anything else, guys? Because I'm out. I'm dead out. So.
Nothing.
No. Nope. And
Nah, she's still best pony. Just saying.
okay. All right. Well, guys.
Poppy is best queen.
Poppy is best human. Not pony, human. I'm actually surprised they haven't made a parody of Poppy as a pony. That would be interesting.
Well, that would be interesting for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, guys,
Pony right there.
what did you think about the ending of an end? We want to hear from you down in the comments below. I bet we're going to hear a lot that's brought to the table, and yeah, I would love to hear what you guys had to say. But thank you all so much for watching this podcast. Do not go anywhere because we still have the other part coming your guys' way. So as always, thank you all so much for watching. And this is the Pony Talk Podcast signing off for part 1, guys. We will see you in the last problem. Take care, everybody. And any other additional comments before we close it off? Because I know you have it.
No.
Just keep your memes fresh.
All right, keep your memes fresh and stay ponies, guys. We will see you
Skaters.
later, skaters. And this is the Pony Talk Podcast signing off for episode 25, 26. We will see you in episode 27. Bye, everybody.